we're back on the record. You ready to continue?
Yeah, I'll have to probably get up to understand what he's asking me.
If you can't hear, just let me know. I'll do the lean-in if that's necessary. I need to ask you, this Lorraine Prather, Mr. Bondurant's mother, what was her job there?
She was secretary.
And how long was she there?
Oh, I don't know.
You have to answer yourself. The other people might know, but you have to do the best you can.
Let's see. Well, let's put 6 or more years.
And did her husband work there as well?
Yeah.
And was she a person that you had contact with while you were on the job?
In and out of her office, yeah.
And during the 6 or 7 years that she was there, how frequently would you see her?
Well, she was secretary first over on the color department office, and then came over to our campus, and she was worked in the office there with about at least four ladies, as I remember.
And how frequently would you see her when she was on the job on your side?
Most every day.
Would you classify her as someone that you considered a friend?
I consider all of them a friend. I would consider her a friend, yeah.
Have you seen her since you had retired?
Yes, I haven't seen her lately, but I
want to ask you one other thing too. You mentioned that you were a cottage father for a few years. When you were the cottage father, did you ever take boys down and spank them?
you wasn't allowed to.
Never did. Did any of the cottage fathers do that to your knowledge?
No.
You know, remember Mr. Hagan?
I remember Mr. Hagan.
To your knowledge, he never took boys down and spanked them himself?
If he did, it was beyond my knowledge. He would never have been down there spanking boys as I know.
Was he ever a supervisor or a director or somebody that would have had that kind of authority? How about Mr. West? Was he ever a person that would have had that authority?
No.
He also mentioned that when boys ran and they caught them, sometimes they got a spanking when they got back. Is that right?
Yeah, that was a rule. I mean, they ran away, you know, and I don't know if all the boys got a spanking or not, see, but I know there.
And when you had that initial discussion with the boys to tell them what to expect, was that something that they were aware of from the outset, that if they ran, when they returned, they were getting spanked?
That was what they'd have to suffer, the consequence.
And when someone was caught, did they go immediately from being caught to the White House for their spanking?
I don't know that.
Did you ever participate in any of those spankings?
I was trying to think the other day about that same question, but I don't remember even spanking, and I could have, but I don't remember spanking some of the runaways. I might have spanked some, but I don't remember who it was or when it was and all. But
why would the boys run away? What was the motivating factor? What were they running from?
Get heck to the farm.
I'll accept that objection. Yeah. That question should be shot. Let me ask you another way.
And the person who asked.
Yeah, if you are aware, why were you told boys would run?
Why would I
Why would the boys run? Do you know?
want to get back home, I'll imagine.
Any other reasons?
I don't know of anything else.
None of them were fearful of the treatment they were getting at the school, to your knowledge.
Well, that could have something to think about them being afraid of the possibility of them getting spanked like some of the others.
Do you think that the boys feared you?
Feared me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if they feared me or not, but they respected me. I respected them, they respected me.
What makes you believe they respected you?
Because I didn't have no problem with them like other staff did.
Did you maintain contact with any of the boys after their stay at the school? Did you call any of them and follow up?
I didn't call any of them. Some of them would call me. And this boy I mentioned earlier, Green, had written me a 4-page letter. And he expressed, his feelings that he was sorry that he ran away. But other than that, he gained a lot by being in the school.
But in the, 41 years or so that you were at the school, you didn't develop any relationships with any of the boys that resulted in you contacting them after they left?
Well, they would call me sometimes, and a few of them would write me, come by to visit. Me and especially the school principal, who was a student there himself at one time. Let's see, what was...
Question was, were there any boys that you contacted after they left in the 41 years that you were at the school?
The only time would be in traveling, stopping in, say, Ocala or somewhere like that, and the boys would come up and speak to me while I was having something to eat, maybe. But I never did contact them.
Well,
I'll rephrase that. One boy by the name of Jimmy Curitan. He was, let's see, he lives in Myrtle Beach. But he comes by to see me when he comes to his class reunion. And sometimes his family's with him, his wife and sister, brother.
Well, you mentioned that sometimes they would come to see if you were in Ocala. If you didn't contact them, how would any of the boys know if you had gone to Ocala?
In passing through there, I'd stop to get something to eat. They, by chance, would be in there or somewhere else, little town, you'd stop at, and they'd come up and speak to you.
So on occasion you would run into people that you'd had contact with at the school, but you never sought any of them out ever after
No.
after they left. What did you think that it was accomplishing when you beat these boys with a leather strap?
Object to the form.
The main reason I would think that the boys got their spankings in the beginning, I don't know when that started or anything, but they were doing it, when I went there. But one of the main reasons is control.
Can you explain that? What do you mean? How did spanking the boys give you control?
Well, if you've got a kid that's misbehaving and he gets a spanking, sometimes it's only one time, and then sometimes it's more than one I don't know if the spanking is the answer or not, but I know that the boys behaved better when that was going on than what they did afterwards.